Griffin, another feed. That time, the traditional dunk from Guerrier. Guerrier spinning, lays it off the glass and in.
We take a look at it for Niagara. They've got a rebound as a team, one of the smaller teams in the nation. And for Syracuse, Sidibe not playing.
Alvin Murphy was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1993. An
extraordinary baton twirler as well.
Wow, you did your research, Mike. Bending the rim, Quincy Guerrier.
Love his size and decision making.
Dolajai against C.J. Felder. Nice pass in the paint, and look out, Quincy Guerrier. That was a mismatch. That's on Kadari Richmond.
And this right here has been the problem for Boston College this last I think, Mike, he's a guy, as you start talking about guys potentially playing next level, I think there's no doubt in my mind with the right situation and team, Buddy Boeheim is a guy that has been something that's been efficient all year for Syracuse thus far.
He's on the offensive glass here, following the miss.
Stop. They got up before the Syracuse zone could get set.
They've got 4 straight triples. Guerrier going to work on the block. See if Syracuse can inject some life into this team. Boeheim, we told you he was quiet in the first half, and there's a tip on the follow for Quincy Guerrier. So he exits. He's one of the veterans, a redshirt junior. And a turnover by Telford. Back come the orange, up top, Guerrier from Richmond. Timeout Northeastern. The press from Syracuse to inject some life back into this. And Guerrier on the receiving end there. From the length of Richmond, Boeheim helping out on the steal, and that's a quick turnaround for the orange. Boeheim, tough shot falling away. Who else on the glass but Guerrier with a chance at 3.
And right now, easy action for the reverse layup for him to start the game off. I'm sure Coach Boeheim not happy about the first defensive possession, but loving the first offensive possession for the Orange. Syracuse with an opportunity to take a lead.
Here's Guerrier, and 1.
By the way, you saw the bonus light go on for Buffalo after the foul. Syracuse shoots 2. There's a ball knocked away and recovered to Guerrier for the dunk. The freshman from Brooklyn to work. Cuts through Guerrier's 3. Rings the bell. Roy Williams looking for win 475 at his alma mater tonight. North Carolina plays its 1,000th regular season game tonight. On the drive, Guerrier and 1.
Really found confidence as a scorer, square in face. Brooks wasn't ready to guard. That's a rip through and a strong drive.
Inside of 3 to go. Boeheim got caught. Dolajai, Guerrier, and the basket. Possession of the half. Here's Brooks. 2-1. Feeds Baycott. Blocked at the horn. And the teams are tied at 40.
Griffin after a dribble. Guerrier on the glass. Blocked by Brown. Perseveres and has a chance for a 3-point play.
His tenacity, you see, not giving up on the play. Not the first time around. Second job better than everybody else.
Who had missed several games to a hamstring injury. Leaning inside. That won't drop, but controlled by Syracuse on the baseline, and a stuff by Guerrier.
At some point, they're going to have to make some threes to have success.
Guerrier to the paint off the fake. Boy, is that a pretty play going to his right so strong. All Syracuse here in the first half.
It really has been. Guerrier, great footwork. The new benches that we see in the COVID era, there was no one there because of social distancing, so there's no one to go into the game, fortunately, for Allen Griffin.
Dolajai dumps it off, and an easy 2. Because in a normal year, a non-pandemic season, you know, your assistant coach is right there, and the guy is 15 feet away. You can't say what you want to say.
Out there for a reason against that zone.
Aluma lost it. Gerard shovels it to Boeheim. Filling the lane and jamming is Quincy Guerrier.
And a foul.
Syracuse finding the open man and filling the lane with the big jam. Quincy Guerrier for the Orange by 2. Inside of 9 minutes to go in regulation. Boeheim puts the head down. Got shut off. Guerrier helps him out, and it's a 3.
ACC opened its season with a conference game, and Syracuse scored 34 points in the loss to UVA in the Carrier Dome. Dolajai, the Euro step. Beautiful mittens Bob Wischusen was wearing. I'm glad Bernie Sanders stopped to pick up his mail before the inauguration. In their win against Notre Dame on January 13th. Guerrier leans in and scores over Hauser, and Hauser called for a foul as well. And he had 5 steals against Wake Forest. I thought he played very well against Georgia Tech. What a good pass there. Guerrier intercepted the Clark pass, and he scored. 10 to shoot for the Orange, who lead by a point. Boeheim, Dolajai, Guerrier.
On with muscle, he makes up for it with IQ. Slips it, then delivers to Guerrier, who punctuates the play. Clinical.
9-point lead again. Guerrier, Dolajai. Nice ball handling inside.
Team, the most points they've scored in a half in the first half this year. Girard now with a team-high 17 points.
Guerrier. Cutting is Girard, who lays it in.
Heath looking for an answer, comes up empty. Griffin again pushing the tempo, and it leads to an easy lay-in on the other end. Timeout, Jim Christian. Comes up empty from 3.
And you can't ask for anything better right there. Wide open 3.
And wide open underneath, Quincy Guerrier, an uncontested dunk. Take another look at this. Guerrier can't leave him that much space. He'll make you pay every time.
That right there, a much-needed bucket for Boston College to get this game back down to single digits.
Quincy Guerrier, an immediate answer. Count it plus the foul, an and-one opportunity.
So far, they only have 2 guys who have scored it. Guerrier on the drive. Nicely done there for 2. That's a bucket they desperately needed.
Absolutely. Shooting the ball very well. He's making himself available, and he's shooting the ball with great confidence and great results.
And that makes it a lot easier to see through and deliver a pass. Good defense there. Guerrier had his hands up, blocked the Roach 3, and then dunks in transition. Still goes as an assist for him, doesn't it? I would think so. Guerrier a 3. Definitely a little more life in Syracuse.
Guerrier off the shot fake against the smaller Usher, the basket plus the foul.
Although I don't think we get COVID from the 3 of them from this distance. However, we digress. Was LaFonso in? I thought I heard Kevin mention him.
And right now it's almost as though North Carolina playing a box of 1, not giving him any opportunities once he gives the basketball up.
Nice move by Guerrier. Showed some quickness there, sore knee and all.
Richmond is running around very gimpy.
Guerrier wide open off the field from Dolajai. Griffin's got 9.5. I'd be looking for 0 in the white. There's the lob and the dunk for Guerrier.
Sebron didn't get out the blocks quickly this season, where Coach Keats and his staff is expecting a lot more of him as Guerrier knocks down the 3. And you can see NC State very aggressive in attacking the offensive glass.
Lob to Guerrier, perfectly fed by Alan Griffin. Another offensive rebound there, 5th, but then Bates had it blocked by Guerrier and scooped off the floor by Dolajai.
And Sean, I'm not sure if you paid attention to this, but wouldn't you have thought that Quincy Guerrier would have gotten a little more?
Guerrier a miss, but it's tracked down by Dolajai. What a pass behind the back. Griffin to Guerrier for the dunk.
It's about Buddy. Alan Griffin to Quincy Guerrier. Beautiful fight.
Well, he's one of the great coaches in the country. Jim Boeheim already in the Hall of Fame. Tony Bennett certainly will be someday.
Dolajai, beautiful pass, and he's such a good passer as a big man. We can talk a little more about Tony Bennett's dancing, but at Syracuse thinking about dancing right now. Went around the rim for a long time. Guerrier working on Hauser. Nicely done by the sophomore from Montreal.